Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Obsidian for TTRPGs. And so I think this might be our last episode of going over fantasy stat blocks. I know it hasn't been 100% coverage of everything it has, but I just want to give you my main goal for this is just basically to give you a taste of what its functionality is and maybe give you an idea if it's something you want to look into more or whatever. That's kind of how I'm looking at all these different plugins. All of them have more functionality than I've actually demonstrated. I'm just kind of showing you the tip of the iceberg to see if it interests you more. So I think on this final episode, possibly, of fantasy stat blocks, what we're going to do is we're going to look at taking a Pathfinder 2 character from I actually pulled one up on the demi plane. It's part of the Abomination vaults, but you could do it with anyone. Like if you're using the D&D 5e, you could do that as well. There's just much more with the Pathfinder 2e since everything is available for free as far as the core rule stuff, sources. So anyway, what we're going to do is take the data from the web page basically and turn it into an actual mob or a stat block. So to do this, I've got some things, and I just went to the site just so I have a quick reference. Underneath my ZZ admin, I've created two files. One is bytebite.png, which is simply it's stat block on the website. So as you can see, it's just showing you the information that we want to turn into our stat block. And then this one is just a WebP. When I just right clicked on it and said save as, it wanted to save as WebP, and this is the actual image. Now byte is technically a name for a creature in Abomination's vaults, and technically it's just a giant solifugid solifugid whatever, a giant spider, let's just call it that. And this is kind of what we want to recreate. Now I also thought of ways that I could do this to make it a little easier so you can see what I'm looking at. Now I have actually created to make sure everything kind of works the way we want it to, so I can also do copy and paste, because as you guys know, I don't really type very fast. So we're going to use that. So what we're going to do, what I was thinking of doing is we'll come up here to mobs and we'll go ahead and say new note, and this will be byte like that. And then what I was thinking, so we could actually see everything, is just instead of just clicking on this, if we middle click it, it will open up in a new tab. And then we're going to right click on this. I think we have to open it. We're going to do this, and we're going to go ahead and say split right. And what this is going to do is basically going to split our screen and give us two images. Now you'll actually see it kind of replicated that one, so we can close this one now. And if I come over here, now this part I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work right. I'm going to middle click on that one. Good, that did work actually. And I'm going to try this. Let's go to this one now, and we're going to say split up down, or split down. So that will put it down below, and that will kind of give us an image of what we're working with, although really not that important. I was thinking it would shrink it, but apparently it didn't. There, now we can see the, actually I'm just going to get rid of that. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to start by importing in a template of our Pathfinder 2 stat blocks. And we're going to do that by, I believe I have the shortcut key for mine as Alt-T. Maybe? Alt-T? No, Control-T? Nope. Maybe I don't even have that set up in here. Then let's do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just go here, one of these guys, insert template, and we're going to say a stat block. I think these are all my 5 E1s. So I think that's it. And just to make things a little bigger, we're going to also hide that pane. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and leave the force columns to 2 and true. That's fine. It's the Pathfinder B. The source, technically on my notes, I actually had B2. Bestiary 2 is where the giant solifugid is. But you know, that's fine. All right, and then the name of our creature is going to be Bite. I don't think I did it with uppercase, lowercase. Okay, so we're good. This is a creature. As you can see, it's a 1. So we're going to get rid of the 4 here. And it is, do we have any rare? We don't have any rare traits on this one. So we'll go ahead and just delete that guy. Its alignment technically is neutral, although Pathfinder is getting rid of alignment with the Pathfinder remake thing. Its size is medium. MEDIUM. So it's just medium. And then for traits, we have that it is an animal. So we'll go and put animal here. And its second trait we don't have. Now, I don't remember why I actually started at trait 4 and 5, but technically that's fine being 1. If we go look, you'll actually see that didn't change anything. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. We got our neutral medium, we have bite, creature 1, and that's it for now. Go back to edit mode. And we'll go look at my other stats. So his modifier right here is a perception modifier, is 7. So we're going to put a 7 in there. And then his perception, I'm just going to cut and paste this. Control C and Control V. So as you can see here, he has a perception +7 and dark vision. So that will fix that part. Now we get down here to the skills. We see he has acrobatics 8, athletics 6, stealth 6, and a +10 if he's in a desert. I guess that's because of his coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this from here to here. Control C and replace. I didn't do the quotes right. Nope. Go ahead and replace to right there. So, and now you can see there's that information. Once again, this is going to use the dice roller. So we have our little, I want to say functions, but they're not really functions. The syntax to tell it to use dice roller, and this is what it's going to replace. So if we actually click on it, you'll see it's not showing the 8, it's actually showing 18 because it rolled a 10 plus the 5. Is that right? 10. Oh, 10. Average is 10.5 plus 8. So yeah, that gives us our thing. I'm not sure why it says average. Oh, because we didn't click anything. So it's just doing average at the base. So there we rolled 18 plus 8, so we get 26. So these are going to show the average at first. If you want to get rid of this extra plus, you can simply do that by, where are those ones? Actually, I don't think I figured that one out yet. I'm still looking into that. So there we go. There's that. Then we have our ability modifiers. I'm just going to do another quick copy paste. So we'll have our ability modifiers like that. And then we're at the mid-range. So basically we're right here at the abilities middle. So that basically is what's inside this box right here. So we're going to have, it looks like, where is abilities mod? Actually, this one doesn't have the abilities middle. So we can actually get rid of that all the way down to abilities bottom. And I think that's just because, actually, these are default. it seems to actually automatically do these in a middle section, and then here's our bottom down here, and that's, I think, what it's actually talking about. So if we go look at abilities here, where's abilities bottom? Or we could just change it, right? So let me just double check. All right, yeah, let's just change this to bot for bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste this. And then we're going to do something, Control C, down to speed. So go ahead and just do that, hit V. Now, these little symbols here, it might work, it might not work, to show you that, you know, it's a single attack or a single action. And we can actually use the templates that we've got. So if we come in here, delete that guy, maybe delete one extra space, so there's only one space. We go to our templates, we have our PF2E one action, so we can do that. And you'll notice that this part's the same. I mean, it's still showing the same little weird thing, but this is actually invoking, I believe, a style sheet. So it will always work. So we're going to go ahead and copy that and Control C, and then go ahead and put it down here like so. And I think we get rid of one extra space. So that is the abilities bottom. Now, the way they actually have this set up on a stat sheet, I don't think it's necessarily following the right orders. I mean, it seems like you would almost want to put this speed part up here along with the AC and everything. I think it just looks and it parses it and says, oh, this is the bottom, that's going to go here. And then when we get down to the next part, it actually just continues at the bottom. It's kind of weird the way a lot of these sheets are actually set up on the system. So there we go. Is that right? This rules condition junk. So we have pounce, strides, strike. I don't know that these paths are quite right. Let's just check. Where is that? The pounce right here. So that one works. That one works. Okay, good. Those do work. I was a little worried about that. So see, even though that AC, HP, and the speed was all below, it's actually rendering in the right spot here. So let's continue on. So on this that I was using to base all this off of, now we have a speed of 35 feet. And then it has a comma, and we'll do climb, C-L-I-M-B, of 25 feet. Like so. AC is 16. So as you can see here, we have AC 16. So we'll just type that in. Then we have our actual things down here, which is the armor class saying that. And then we have our fortitude, our reflex, and our will saves. I'm once again just going to copy those out of here. Control C and Control V, like so. HP, as you can see, is 20, not 190. And then down here, it's kind of a repeat, and I'm not 100% sure I understand fully why it has HP here. And then you're actually setting up a list item with the HP. So as you can see here, it's just 20. And we're going to get rid of this negative healing because it's not negative healing, like so. And then we can move on to the last couple pieces, which is the attacks. So we're going to go ahead and grab these two. Control C, lag show. And we keep the bestiary part. We're just going to do that. Hit delete. Nope, don't do traits. There we go. and I'm going to paste that in there. So as you can see, we have melee. Once again, we have single attacks. I'm just going to go grab from up here. Like I said, these might work, but they might not, depending on what CSS things you have. So here you can see, oh, we broke something. I guess we'll figure out what that is in a minute. So let's go ahead and copy this one. It is finicky on some things, and I will point those out in just a minute. So that's a V, and that's a V there. It seems to be like finicky that you do not, on some things, have this but right up against the closing quote. It needs to have a space there. I'm not 100% sure if that's what this is in this case, but I have noticed that kind of finicky behavior. So right now we broke something. So let's see if we can figure out what it is real quick. So we have skills, name, description. There's that. We have our ability mods. We know all that worked. Pounce, that worked. The rend, was rend part of that? Yes, rend and claw. So that all worked. It was when we got down here, I think. Oh, we didn't even do these. So this one is a plus. So this is his AC again. +6. Actually, we did do that because I copied and pasted. So we have 6 there, there. Just make sure everything matches up. Armor class, fortitude, draft. And then we have our HP, health. Then we have, oh, I'll bet you I know what it is actually. This needs to be tabbed in. And then of course this is in Bestiary 2. And the actual, so the actual thing that it is, this giant solifugid, is on page, wow, it's actually really close to 246. So I think that might fix it right there. Darn, I was wrong. All right, let's figure it out. So damage. This one doesn't look like it goes in so far. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe just make this bigger on that side, just so I can make sure, you know, see that's actually tabbed in, and I think that might be the issue right there. Let's go check that. Still no go. Let's go ahead and get rid of this too, by the way. We don't need that because that's the previous creature. It's something in here. Description. We have our Pathfinder thing. Piercing, that looks good. Name, description. I don't think it would be that. But heck, I'm starting to not know. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm just going to close this because we're pretty much done with it. That way I can actually see the full lines being rendered. Let's see. Abilities. Is there a, maybe I'm missing an abilities thing? Nope, just abilities bottom right there. There are quotes there, quotes there. That all looks right. Oh, okay, it is rendering. Maybe I had it too small, I don't know. So there you go. We can try and pull up that other one again and see it side by side how they look. It might have been just a fluke. I wonder if I can actually, let's do this. If I right click on it, can I say open? Yeah, open to the right, perfect. So there we go. Not exactly sure why it did that, but there you go. Here are our two things, and as you can see, although I'm not sure why it's rendering the Pathfinder thing. Let's get rid of that then. Normally it doesn't render that, so that's kind of strange. We want it to be bold, so we'll leave that. Leave that right there. And up here there was 2 more. Where was the other? Right there. There we go. There we go, much better. So here you can see we have so we have jaw and claw. I think I did the wrong one on that top one. Or is that how it is in this thing? Claw, pounce. Yeah, the way it actually renders this, I'm not 100% sure because it seems a little weird. I do have jaws and claws there, so I'm not sure why that says claw and claw. This is another thing I wanted to point out. So you'll notice here that it's missing the W on claw. I found that's one of those weird things with spaces. So if we come down here where claw is, or up here, was it? So from between these two, where claw is right there, and where is that other one? Claw and claw. So this is supposed to be jaw. Jaw. I'm just going to do that. We'll see if that even does anything. There we go. So now we have jaw, and we can actually get rid of this one, and I did the wrong one here though, where I was trying to actually show you. So with claw, it was actually the one down here. There's jaw, there's claw. So where we're rendering that, we want to stick an extra space, so there's 2 spaces between here and here, and I believe that should fix that issue. So now you'll see, yeah, there we go. We got jaws, we got claw. So if you run into that where it looks like it's not quite rendering properly, that's what the issue is you need to stick that extra space between where it might have your damage, whatchamacallit, the damage calculation. So I think that pretty much does it. And then if we wanted to stick in our image, we could, I deleted that part, but we can go actually stick in, I believe it's called token. We can go look on the mitflit real quick. Render this, the mitflit right here. So if we did token, and this one's a WebP, so if we come into here and at the very bottom, or somewhere within here, maybe before this source or something. I don't think it really matters where you put it, because once again, what it renders, let me do that, go away. So if we do Control V here, and then here we do, I think I did B-I-T, I think it's uppercase somewhere, B-I-T-E, B-I-T-E, like so, or no, I did it backwards. Bite, and bite, like that. And this is WebP. WebP. So now if we go ahead and render that, I believe it will put the spider picture at the bottom, and it tells you what that image is. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. I think this is a good place to call it for our things here. We might go a little more into the niche tracker. There's not a whole lot with it. With Bite here, which is up here. With Bite, for example, with the initiative tracker, you'll see it's just down here at the bottom saying that, you know, it's the Sorcerer's Skull. Here we would just change this to Bite, B-I-T, Bite, like so. Although I don't think you care that it's in that, so we'll just leave it that way. And then down here you would just say Bite. But I'm not going to do it that. There we go. And you'll see that now we have Bite. We can add them to the initiative tracker, and it'll just go from there. But like I said, I rarely use this. I just wanted to bring this up if you're using Obsidian as your sole thing for doing your whole campaign. I'm more assuming that you're using like Foundry or something like that, where you're just using this more as a quick reference, because the journals in Foundry aren't necessarily the best thing. They don't quite do this cross-linking and all that fun stuff. So I think that will do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And don't forget to tell other people about my channel. Check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everybody wins. And that's it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.